Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Gabs on the mic, and today we're going to do video game design units 2.6 through 2.10 today. We're going to do 2.6 through 2.10. We're going to do all the exercises, booleans, logical operators, comparison operators, if statements, for loops in JavaScript. And then the next one I'll do 2.11 to 2.15. But today, let's go ahead and let's do this. We're going to do only the exercises once again, ladies and gentlemen, because that is what is the hard part about this. So, in 2.6.4, do you have a dog? Write a program that declares a boolean stating whether or not you have a dog and print out the value of that. So, it should declare a boolean. Now, what's cool is you can declare it over here as true or false. A boolean is that. Boolean means true or false. And then it gets into logic at that point. So this is my boolean, right? You can name, this is just its name. We're going to use what we see on the left. And we have to declare it as true or false. And I do have a dog. His name is Zeus. So yes, we can, variable, dog, equals, let's go, baby. My dog's name is Zeus. So, yeah, let's go. You don't have to do that. I just did that because, you know, that's my dog right there. So then we have to print line. What do we have to print? Does it say anything? Do you, I guess, have a dog? Name of the dog? And we're going to do a question mark. Plus, we're going to do, well, let's do this value right here. Has dog. That equals true. It make it make sense. Plus, we're going to put a space. Give some space there. And this is completely irrelevant in the code because they're not asking for it. So let's see if it runs. Have a dog, name, true, Zeus. That's it. Nice. Code works. Then continue. I did so much extra in that code. I was just having fun. Gotta have fun with the stuff that you do, guys. I'm going to go ahead and go to, can you graduate? These are logical operators. Can you graduate? Ask the user for boolean, so we're going to have to do some kind of read boolean here. The first should be stored in a variable telling whether or not they have enough credits, so we should call it something along the lines of have enough credits. We're going to capitalize the E and the U in that. And the second should be stored in a variable telling whether or not they have met the requirements. So we'll say something like have met requirements for that variable. And then they can only graduate if they have enough units and they have met the requirements. Is an and statement going to require the double ampersand in there and print out whether or not. So an and statement is only true if you have everything. So and statements require everything to be true or false to be considered true. Let's go ahead, do this. We are, let's just make that a comment that way. And here, right. And statements require everything to be true or false to be considered true. For example, right, you win $1 million if you bought a ticket. I should say 1, bought a lotto ticket. 2, have matching numbers. And 3, turn it in. Right? Because all 3 have to be true because this is an and statement, right? This is going to be an and statement. In order for it to be true, they all have to be true. I must have bought a lotto ticket. I must have a matching number, and I must have turned it in. Right? If I don't turn it in, no million. If it doesn't have matching numbers, no million. If I didn't buy a ticket, then no million, right? That's an and statement. So let's go ahead and put that down there, just away from the code. That way we know that that's not supposed to be a part of it. I remember that said something about we have to start with having enough credits. So variable have enough creds. Yeah, we forgot to do the capital E there. And that's going to equal read boolean number of credits. Don't forget your semicolon at the end. So then we have to have a variable have another one. So we store it in a variable whether or not they have met the requirements. Have met requirements. And I'm gonna shorthand that. Read boolean. Don't be shorthanding it in yours, guys. Use your own. You don't want your teacher knowing that you all watched the same video and wrote all the same thing. Requirements, true or false. And then we have to use our operator here, right? This is our and operator, right? So we can copy that one over. And it says can graduate, basically, right, on this one. So variable graduate. You can call it can if you want. You want to make it make sense. And that's going to be the have enough creds. Place that. And have met requirements. And place that. Right, so this is a function of the two above it. And if you put this above them, it won't work. Because it's a function of this and this, you must already previously defined those variables, which is why we're below it. And then we're going to print that line. I think, will you graduate? How about this? You will graduate. dot, dot, dot. Oh, man, that's funny. And then let's plus the can graduate, the value that we have in the end. This is great. Oh, man, I should put on some music. Yeah, let's go, baby. All right, let's run that code. Number of credits, I have 24. Is that enough? That's actually false. Oh, it's not Boolean. True. False. We'd have to get to it later on, right? If 24 would satisfy that requirement, that would be a completely different line of code. But you will graduate. False. You have not met the requirements, or you have 28 credits that you must have, or you forgot your virtual school credit. Everything should be good to go. Here we go. Easy enough. Yeah, I see this one going quick. Cool. What's this one? Write a program to determine if there's no school today. So ask if there's a weekday, store it. Ask if it's a holiday, store it, and figure out if there's no school today. School is out. Okay. We'll write it one step at a time. Cool. Let's just go ahead and let's copy this. All right, and we'll copy it again. Weekday. Read question. Is it a weekday? Holiday. Okay, so we should actually create the Boolean no school today. They're giving us what to name it. So you don't have school today. Let's think about this. You don't have school today if it's we're gonna actually put this down here as a comment. No school if holiday is true or weekday is false. Interesting. Think about this. Let's go through the scenarios in our head. Figure out if this is an and statement or statement. We'll end it down here. But so let's see. It would be true if weekday And is it a holiday? That's true. There is no school today. So weekday and holiday are true. Interesting. But it's false. Weekday is true. Holiday, false. Okay. On the surface, it looks like an and statement, but this is actually an or statement. So this will be false if, but they want it to read true. So in order for there to be no school today,
It's a state of mind. It's the familiar, trusted.
there's no school today.
Orange juice monster flavor.
We want it to be true if
Got a little chaos to
both
keep
are
things
true.
exciting.
So let's just write this down this way.
Pick up
Let's
a
just
can
run
of
through
Juice Monster
it.
Chaotic today.
Weekday. This has to be an or statement. And holiday. This is or, so if either one of these are true, this is going to be true. But then that doesn't work here, right? So there's no school today if it's not a weekday, it's true. There's no, so this would be, okay, let's start with this, right? Let's start with weekday. If this is an or statement, we want this to be true if this is true or this is true. Is it a weekday? True. Is it a holiday? True. Print line. There is no school today. I think that's what they're asking, right? Print that value. You ask it for if it's a weekday and then if it's a holiday in that order. I'm gonna try to debug this. So, is it a weekday? Let's say no. It's not a weekday. Let's say it's a holiday, and let's say no, it's not a holiday. That's gonna say there is no school today. It equals plus no school. I think I see something wrong with our code. So if let's say it's not a weekday. Let's say it's not a holiday. Either way, they're both false. There still should be no school today. And that's not true. Right. So I found it. So it should say true if weekday and holiday are both false. The only way for there to be school today is if it's a weekday and if it's not a holiday. But what if I did? And not a holiday. Let's try it. Is it a weekday? True. Is it a holiday? True. False. Dang it. Run the code. True. True. There's no school today. Weekday. Cool. Is it a weekday? False. No, an and statement's not going to be right because let's say today is a holiday. There still should. Yeah, this is definitely an or statement. What if it's not a holiday? Or if it's not a holiday? Is it a weekday? True. Is it a holiday? No. I should say true. Good. It's a weekday. It's not a holiday. Cool. Let's do weekday. True. Is it a holiday? True. That means it should come out as true. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Is it a weekday? False. No matter what I put for holiday, it should say false. Perfect. False. False. There it is. Code. Oh, if it's a weekend and a Alright, so I gotta say, if it's a weekend and a holiday, school is out. What? Weekday and holiday. Weekday and a holiday, school is not out. I just got my logic screwed up in my brain.
You can't beat a train. So
It is a
don't
holiday.
try. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for
Right.
by itself.
Second. I got this backwards. Okay, this is true if... Oh, yeah, I had it backwards. God, I had it backwards. Okay, so there is no school today if it's not a weekday or it's a holiday. God, that's so much. I had this so backwards in my brain. All right, this is the final answer. This will absolutely work. Yeah, I will. Oh my God, I had it on the wrong knot. I knew there was a knot in there somewhere. All right, cool. It's in my brain. That's where the knot is. All right, there will be no school today if it's not a weekday or it is a holiday. All right. Man, that took me way longer than I thought it would take me. All right, let's go. Rolling the dice. What are we doing for dice? Program that determines if the dice double. Assignment. Write a program that determines if the user rolled doubles and dice. Read in 2 integers from the user which represents rolled dice. So, really? I'm going to... Where's my random function at, bro? Variable, dice 1. Or is it die? I don't know. Roll 1. Equals. Read int. And give me a number between 1 and 6. First roll. And it's because of 8. Code. 2. Second roll. Alright. And what am I writing here? Okay, I've read both integers. Now create a variable called roll. Okay. Create a variable called rolled doubles. Equals whether or not they are equal. And print that out. Okay, so it's easy. Print that out. So print line. They are the same. Is that it? 6 and a 6 are the same. Okay. 6 1. All right, we good, dog. You are missing a. Oh, yep, of course I am. How easy is that? Cool. Well, that was a lot easier than the last one. Write a program that gets 3 variables. program that gets 3 variables from the user. Points per game, rebounds, and assists. All right. B equals. Oh, forgot that does that for you variable. What's the other one? Game rebounds per game. All their assists. Cool. Figure out if the user is an all-star. So they are an all-star if not at least 25, or if. Oh, so these are all or statements. We're gonna have 3 ors. Variable. Are they an all-star? All-star is true if PPG greater than 25, or equal. Because it says at least 25 and at least 10, or rebounds per game greater than or equal to a 10, or at least 10 rebounds. The distant. There's more of this question than what meets the eye now. All right. Let's just finish this. Yep. I knew there was more to this. PG. RPG. Read it. There we go. Oh. Figure out if all-star. They're an all-star if they got at least 25 points per game, or they got at least 10 points. They're bound. Okay, so God, this is. I don't know where to put this bracket. I'm gonna guess it's here. If they score at least 25 points per game, they're an all-star, or. And I'm wondering if this whole thing right here is because here's our or, and then from rebounds per game, or they scored at least 10 points, at least 10 rebounds. I'm guessing these are per game, at least 10 PPG, 10 RPG, and so they want a triple double. Basically, what they're asking. I'm thinking it's either 25 points per game, or you have all 3, right? So that'd be points per game is greater than or equal to 10, and I'm gonna continue it down here. Actually, I'll just do it this way. And this per game greater than or equal to. And friends, line. You are an all-star. Dot. Then we'll add the Boolean value, all-star. Close that off, and let's check that code. I'm missing. Oh yeah. Good, it works. All right, so that was an and statement nested inside of an or statement, basically. All right, yeah, there was more to that question, but it really wasn't that much now I think about it. Submit and continue. We are done with 2.8.6. How many more left we got? We're at 9. 10 has 2, so we have 5 left. All right, you guys are going to hear a bell here in a second. I'm going to mute it when the bell is about to go off. Write a program that prompts them for their age. determines if they are a teenager. If someone is a teenager, if their age is greater than or equal to 13 and less than or equal to 19. So this seems fairly easy. I don't see a lot to this. Just an if statement, right? So, first let's prompt their age, right? Let's read int. What is your age? Give them an opportunity. All right. You are a teenager if your age is greater than your number. So if Boolean expression, God, how does this work again? Age is greater than 12. Oh, there's the bell. All right, bell's off. Okay, so if your age is greater than 12, and if your age is less than 20, less than 20, let's display the following. Print line. What am I supposed to say? Oh, yes, you are a teenager. That's what it's supposed to display. Cool. Else? Line, no. You are not a teenager. Does that work? Of course I'm missing a semicolon. I'm always missing. Always missing. Cool. So that worked. Interesting. Now, there is another way I can see this working. Right, let's say I didn't want to do the greater than 12 or less than 20. I could have done greater than or equal to 13. Or I could have done less than or equal to 19, right? That actually would work as well. And see, I checked the code and it still works as well. So there's actually two different ways you can do that one, which is cool. That one gives you opportunity. All right. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's at my door. I'll be right back. Point 9.8. Yep. Program. Oops, a user color. We have to get a color. Colors of stoplight. All right, then using the statements if and else, print the message describing what they would do. Okay, so this is going to be if I don't know, if green, go, else if yellow, pause, if red, stop, or something like that. Cool. Okay, so this is just gonna be a bunch of if else. So let's just go ahead and let's get it done. Read color. I would do color light, but I'm so lazy. Read int. Oh no. It's not read int on this one. This is a read line because this is actually going to be asking for a string. Now is capitalization. Oh wait, it says right here. You may assume the user will only input red, yellow, or green. You do not have to worry about other colors, mixed capitalization such as blue or red. Cool. All right, cool. So I don't have to worry about if they type something in with various capitalizations. Red, green, or yellow. Cool. Let's give it a space. That way they can type in whatever they want. I didn't forget you this time. So if let's say their color equals, I think I need that there, cool. If the color, let's see, red light, you should stop. What is it? What about yellow? Slow down? Okay, if color equals, let's do red since that's what they give us. Then, hold on. Put that around the string. If the, then, print line. What they gave us. Cool. Oh, too many quotations. This is an else. Man, that's loud. This is actually an else if. And so let's go ahead and let's do color equals green. Don't forget our quotations around our strings. Print line. Green means go, bro. And this one is else. If everything else is true. Else. Hold on a second. Else. Be cautious. Or go faster. Don't actually do that. Be cautious. Code style you up. So dumb. If the light is red, your code should tell me to stop. I have that. Color equals red. Line. Else if. What's the problem here? Are they looking for a lowercase red? Oh, that's so dumb. But these are capitals. Else if color equals green. What? Okay. Yeah, that made whatever. There's a little bit of error on their coding on that side. Because they said don't worry about bad spelling. And it was bad spelling. And I don't even know. We're gonna be happy for what we have and not what we don't have. Cool. What's this one? 10.4 is chalkboard. You've just gotten in trouble. Ooh, you were late to school. Ooh. Punishment is that you have to write, I will not come to school. Late to school 100 times on the board. And that would take you a while to do, but luckily you have for loops. God, this is so easy. Or variable I equals 0. Let's put some spaces in there for formatting. I is less than count of 100. So since we start at 0, it has to be less than 100. If we started at 1, it would be at less than 101. So we can change that coding, but we'll do with what we know. And then count is I++. And that I++ is shortcut for I equals 0. Right? So this is the same thing. If I equals 0, then you do I equals I plus 1 would be the exact same as I++. So if I was 0, right, I'm going to say, all right, take your I. Your new I is your previous I plus 1. And now my new I is 1. Now I is 1. Now the previous one is 1 plus 1. Now it would be 2. Now it's 2 plus 1. Now it's 3. So that's what I++ means, right? It's like doing that that type of math over and over again. So where I equals I plus 1. right? And that's this right here. So we'll start at I equals 0. So if for I equals 0, if I is less than 100, it's true. We'll run this code, and that code would be to print this line. I will not come late to school. And then we will close it, right? So it'll print that line, right? For I equals 0, it is less than 100. I will not come late to school. It prints it out. Cool. It loops through again. It ends it by adding 1 to it. So now I is 1. It's less than 100. I will not come late to school. Cool. Add another one. Now I is 2. Cool. Now I is 3. Now I is 4. All 5. I get to goes all the way to 100. And then it keeps checking that code. Run the code. I will not come late to school. Check the code. Code should work. Code is easy. CodeHS, baby. We have 2 more examples left to go. Run the demo. What do we gotta do? Worm. Okay. Really asking for. Okay. We're gonna have to draw circles. We'll get that code for circles. Where's it at? Alright. I think if you highlight all of it and press tab, oh shoot, and press tab, it auto indents it for you. I know we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to create a new circle. I don't know what it is yet. So this is its radius. We'll just say that. This is its X position, and this is its Y position. What color does it need to be? Black, probably. Do we need it? I don't know. Color black. All right. And then we have to. We forgot we have to add it. Add circle. Don't you? Oh, what? Here we go. Cool. All right, so this is how we add a circle. So this is actually going to be a for loop. Made up of number of... Oh, I didn't even see that up there. Radius is 50. So there's a total of 15 circles. So there must always be 15 circles. This is going to be relative, is the word I'm looking for, to the width of the screen. So what we are going to need to do is variable. What I'm thinking is, let's write this down here. I need to get the width of the screen. Remember that. Divided by the number of circles, because the width must always have 15 circles inside of it. So let's just do this math. Let's say I have a width of 150 divided by 15 would give me 10 circles. I know this right now. Our Y position is going to equal to get height divided by 2. Apply that to my brain. I'll remember that. That'll be my Y position. Cool. So the for loop. Okay, so here's what we're going to have to do. The for loop must start from I equals 0 to the number of circles. Then we're going to do I++. it will actually end. And we're gonna create a variable called circle. We're gonna add that circle. Actually, let's put that. Add a circle with this radius. We're gonna set its position to X. They will all have the same Y position. So what needs to change is this value right here. So this is to edit. Needs to change as I change it. And then set the color equals black, add the circle. Okay, cool. Oh, I was trying to do the assignment. Now, if we go back to the assignment. Okay. So let's just think about let's think about circle 1, right? The first circle, its X position. It cannot equal 0. Because if that was true, remember, it adds the circle, starting where the center of the circle is its X position. So if you put it at 0, the center of the circle will start at 0, and you'll get a half a circle off the screen. So the first position needs to be at the radius. Okay, so whatever its radius is, I don't think we have that anywhere. So whatever its radius is what its first position needs to be, right? And so first circle at radius. Okay, so we actually have to get the value for its radius. And then the second circle, we at the first radius plus 2 more radius. Why do I know that? Because it went. I'm gonna use actually the circle. I'm gonna use a circle for it, right? 0, 0, 0. So that, imagine that these are my balls, right? That I've placed in this program. So the center of that circle is at a radius. This one right here, the center of this circle, has 3 total radiuses. It has the 2 radius of the first one. So this one has 2 radiuses, radii, and this one has into this plus 1 for the center. So it's going to be something like radius plus 2. So for every circle, you're going to add 2 of the number of circles. So at this one, I'm at the second one, oh, but wait a second. If I use because if I is 0 for the first one, we're not going to have anything. It'll be 0. What if I do this? Times 2, because we have to have double the radius. Get the diameter. Right, what if we do this? So if I is 0 for the first one, then this all goes to 0. It's at the original radius, which is what we want here. If it's 1, if this is 1, it's radius plus 2 radius. It's at radius plus 2 radius. If it's at the third circle, at first radius plus 4 radius. That's exactly what would happen here. 2 times 2 is 4. This is it. This is the code. And how do I get the radius of the circle? Its radius. All right, I get. Let's go back. Maybe it's. All right, there's something I'm missing. How do I get a radius? The radius is okay, so the radius is actually dependent upon how many circles we can get in there. So for example, with this one, if my width is 150 and my radius is, and I have 15 total circles, So if I have 150, let's say, meters divided by 15 circles, I would get actually 10 meters per circle. That would actually be its diameter. So then if I take this and then take that number and divide it by 2, because if this gives me diameter, then I can actually get the radius of the circle regardless. Let's see if my code works. Error in your code. Get height. Where's the... Oh, yes. Yes! Works. Yes! God, that was a lot. A little bit of math on that one. A little bit of math. A little bit of luck. Caterpillar, run the demo. Okay, so... Ooh. Okay, so... I might have to run... I'm thinking 2 for loops on this one. I'm thinking a for loop that either... So I'm thinking a for loop that does 1 plus 4 plus 8 plus 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus 16. Or I could have... do we have if statements? Or I equals... we could do like odd and even, right? So we're going to do like 4 I equals 0 to whatever number of circles we have to do. So actually what I can do is I can take the same coding I did on the last one. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's take the worm that we did, right? Since we've already made the code that's going to do this, why not just go back and copy this code, right? Let's be smart about this. Right, so we'll run the code. Gives me my circles. Cool. Let's just take what we have, and then let's just expand upon it. Right? If I equals even, if I is odd, then it's red. But if I is... Let's do that here. And we're gonna write our thoughts here. If I equals odd, and then we'll do this one. If I equals even, we'll do that one. But if it's even, it'll be green. Because this is first odd, second even. Odd, even, odd, even. So there we go. The I will automatically tune to our if-else statement. So how do we determine if something is odd? Done. Okay, so we have actually done if. There's a little trick. If something odd or mathematical operator. What are those? Modulus remainder. That's the one that we want. Yes. So if it's even, the operator will be 0.
At home, it's changed, but some things.
And the color will be
connected. Visit asana.com to try for free.
All right, let's try this out. So if no. I equals odd. So we have to do if I is divisible by 2, right? And if that equals 0, then we will do this. Else run the code. Like the code. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Cool. That's great. Oh, yes. So, check this out. Because and I knew, okay, so something you might seem awry, right? You're like, but wait, if I is divisible by 2 and it has no remainder, if an even number can be divided by 2, right? Then it's 0. You said the opposite. Well, because I starts at 0 and I actually doesn't start at 1, right? If we did it this way, we'd have to say if it does not equal 0, right? What's the does not? If I would have to do this. So if we started at 1 and went all the way to the number of circles, right? Then we'd have to do this and we'd have to run the code. But then, of course, we'd have to change our values here. But because I started as an even number, yeah, that's why that worked. Yeah, so we had the idea, right? This is the odd, and this is the even known. But here's the thing. When we start with our i's, this first I is an even number, and this second I is an odd number, right? So it goes even, I equals 0 is odd, I equals 1, I equals 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, less than. Yeah. That's why that worked. Yes. Oh. My bad. Yeah, I forgot to change that. Cool. Is that it? Oh, hey guys, we're done. Let's go back to video game design. That is it for the day. God, how long was this video? It was 52 minutes. Man, what a video. Wow, let's do this as a student, right? Because I should have just done that for student view. Video game design. Show you where we're at so far. Right? This was already done in the past. You can find that one. But we got all these done today. 2.5 to 2.10. We did all the examples. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you enjoy the videos. I hope these really help. You know, we're all human. I'm not an expert in computer science. You know, I'm just learning the stuff like you guys, doing the assignment, trying to figure out a little bit more about this world, and doing my best to help out my students who want to go this route. If you like, subscribe, guys. Otherwise, you know, give me that like. Peace out.